Hello guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I'm so excited to have you back. Thank you for stopping by. Okay, today we are going to cut what we call underbust gathered dress, or I called it underbust yoke. Whichever one. The reason why I chose to use the word underbust yoke is because I don't want mine to be gathered. I'm not going to gather it under the bust. So, and because I'm not going to gather it under the bust, I'm going to cut it normal, like the way you cut your corset. That's how I'm going to achieve it. So we'll take it step by step to achieve that together. But if you want yours to be gathered under the bust, or maybe that's what your client wants, just like the way it says on my thumbnail, if you want it gathered, you can do it. You use slash and spread method to achieve your gather under the bust. But I don't want mine to be gathered. I just want it to be like plain normal corset view. Like that's how I want it to be. Like I don't want it gathered. So let's go ahead. So now I've folded my pattern paper. My pattern paper is into two fold. You can see I folded it into two. So after that, I'll take out the measurements. First of all, what I'm going to do is to get our armhole depth. This person is not busty, so I'm going to use armhole depth of 8 inches for her. She's not that busty. But if the person you're going to cut for is busty, you can extend to 9.5, 10. Depends on how busty the person is. But this person is not busty, so we are using the armhole depth of 8 for her. So having achieved our armhole depth, from there we also mark out our underbust. Our underbust is 13. We'll mark it out like so. If you have your ruler, you get a better and perfect line. Then we get our half length, which is from shoulder to the, you know how you take your body measurements. Our half length from shoulder to the navel point. Okay, so having done that is to get our shoulder measurement, and our shoulder measurement is 18. So 18 divided by 2 will give us 9. You know how you do your division. 18 divided by 2 will give us 9, which is 9 inches for the both side, both back and front. So we'll mark it out, 9 inches. Okay, so from 9 inches we join it to our armhole depth, which is 8. We join it like so. Just like I said before, if the person is busty, you can still extend it. Just extend it to 9.5, 10, whichever way, so that it will fit in very well and not be too tight on the person that is going to wear it. But she's not busty, so we'll go ahead with our 8. So joined it. So after joining shoulder to the armhole depth, we are going to minus 1 inch on that shoulder length, on that shoulder line. Sorry, we minus half inch, 1 inch. Sorry, in order to get our shoulder slope. So after that, what will be remaining is 7. So we'll get the midpoint of 7, which is 3.5 or 3.5 inches. We'll mark it out. Then on that 3.5 inch, we'll come inside by 0.75 or half an inch, depending how you want your curve to be. Okay, so on that you connect the curves. If you have your curve ruler, it will give you a perfect curve. You just curve it so easily and join it to the armhole line. So we've gotten our armhole curve. The next is to get our neck length and the neck depth. So for the purpose of this cutting or this making of this dress, I'm going to use 3.5 inches for the length of my neck, because I don't want it to be too close to the round neck. I want it to be a little open, so I'm using 3.5 inches. I'll mark it out, then I'm not going ahead to get the neck depth now, because of the cutting that it's going to have. It's from that cutting that we'll be able to determine our neck depth. So for now, we'll get our armhole curve. So from that neckline length, we are going to join it to the armhole line or armhole curve in order to get our shoulder slope. So done that, you can see how neat our slope is. So the next thing, having done that, the next thing we want to do is to cut out the underbust, to cut out our corsets underbust, or to mark out our corset underbust. First of all, this is when I just made a sketch of this particular style on a white paper. You can see how it is. I made this sketch. I was just in my office, or this idea came to me, so I sketched it this way, and I got this cover, and it was looking so good. Even now, I used freehand. So now we are going to replicate the same thing on this pattern paper, more detailed. Now we are going to extend our underbust line to the end parts of the paper. Extend it. Okay, having done that, for the purpose of cutting out our corsets, or the underbust corsets, we are going to use our bra cup. But before that, we are going to get our breast points. Our breast points, our breast point, yes, from shoulder down, our breast point is 9 inches. So we'll get it and we'll mark it out so that we won't make any mistakes. But with the bra cup and the underbust, you can actually get a perfect breast point. But for sake of accuracy, if you measured it out when you were taking body measurements, please make use of it. So we are going to rule it out. Rule it out. Yeah, ruled it out. So on that nipple point, I'm going to go in by 0.75 inches in order to get the space in between the two breasts. Some persons do use 1 inch or ½ inch, but I don't want it to be too wide, so I'm using 0.75. So then on the underbust line, I'm going to get our nipple to nipple. Our nipple to nipple measurement is 8, so 8 divided by 2 give us 4. So I've marked out the 4. I've marked out the 4 like so. So my bra cup will be sitting right on that nipple to nipple point, which is 4. Then I will now curve it, but this curve is not going to go round like the way the bra cup is shaped. We are going to slant it to join the armhole extension. You see how my hand went? So This is it, but you use the, if you have your curve ruler, you can use your curve ruler, curve to get it, but you can use the bra curve to guide you. You see what I'm doing with my tape? See how my tape is going? It's not going, don't make it slanty, don't make it sharp, just let it have that curve. You see what I'm doing? So this way, it shouldn't be sharp, it should have the curve, but the curve should not be exactly as that of the bra curve. It should be in a slanty way. Okay, just carefully so that you get exactly what you want. So the bra cup is serving as a guide for me on this. Watch, you're seeing how my hand is going. If you're using free hand, just carefully, don't rush it. If you're using a curve ruler, you're getting the perfect curve. Just keep using your curve ruler to guide. If you're using the bra cup as I'm using, please just carefully till you join it to the armhole. You see, I've joined it to the armhole curve. Have you seen it? You see, it's not taking the full shape of the bra cup. You see what I did here? Okay. So having done this, the next thing is now to get our neck depth. Our neck depth will come down V from the neck length down to where our bra point is. So that place where I marked out 0.7 inches is going to join there. So this is it. You see how my hand went? You see how my hand went? Join it carefully. With your ruler, it will be so faster. You just join it. Okay, I've joined it. Now is going to give us some allowance there. So what we'll do is we'll make it get to the end point of that paper. You see what I'm doing? Let our V get to the end point of that paper. You see, so that we'll not have some allowances there. Then we'll also connect it to our breast curve. Yeah, just like so. You've seen it. So having achieved this, the next thing is to mark out our circumference measurements, the bust circumference, then the waist circumference. So after that, when we are cutting, you see that once you cut it, everything will be automatically transferred to the other side. So the next thing is to mark out our circumference measurement, the breast circumference, which is 38 by plus 4 divided by 4 give us 10.5. Well, I've added all the measurements that I needed, but I always add half an inch measurements so that I will, in case of any mistakes along the way, or if there is any need for correction, I'll still have more allowances to use. So here I made it 11. So it happens that this client of mine, her breast circumference and our waist circumference is the same measurement, so it's the same 11 up, 11 down. So I'll connect it. Connect or use my tape. If you have your ruler, make use of your ruler. You can see I don't have ruler, but that shouldn't stop you from getting a perfect cutting. That you don't have some equipment as a tailor or a fashion designer shouldn't stop you from doing well. Always improvise with what you have and get a good work. Okay, having done that, the next thing is to cut it out. I'm going to cut it out. and then transfer everything to the main fabric. So in your cutting, be careful, cut exactly. Then when you're transferring it to your fabric, you can add some inches, or you leave it just like that because you've already added all the allowances that you want. So guys, this is it after cutting it. You can see how good it's looking. It's looking so beautiful. So the next thing is to transfer to the main fabric. Then when transferring to the main fabric, please do try and add some inches allowance, maybe 0.75 or 1 inch, so that in case you encounter any mistake along the line, you have an allowance to do the necessary correction. So but for me, I didn't really add extra allowances because I added everything on the pattern paper, but there is need to do so. So this is it. In case you have any question, drop it in the comment section. I'll be there to answer. So this is it. The next thing, I'll move to my material, to my main material, to cut it out at this point. Okay, so I'm done cutting it out on my main material. You can see when cutting it on the main material, please do fasten it. Do fasten the pattern paper and the material together with pins so that you get your cutting accurately. So you can see it came out so beautiful, came out so amazing. I just love it. After cutting, I was in love with the style. I was in love with everything that the style is going to give, even though it's not ready. Please ignore the toothpick in my mouth. I just finished chopping. I just finished eating. Okay, so you can see how everything is just sitting in the right place, looking very beautiful and perfect. I love it. So please, when you're cutting yours, please be intentional about it so that you don't make mistakes, so that you get the exact thing that you need. Okay, all right guys, so this is the finished work. See how everything is looking so beautiful. I really love the outcome of the dress, and also my client loved her dress. So with this, we've come to the end of the tutorial. Please do like, comment, and also turn on your notification bell, and don't forget to subscribe. Please do subscribe. All right, bye.